So today we'll start a new topic of chapter number 3, that is demonetization. Student, I think you must have heard this word before also, demonetization. So in our country we have done 3 times demonetization. The first time demonetization has been done in 1946, and the second time demonetization has been done in 1978, and the third time the demonetization in our country has been done on 8th November 2016 by our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi. Children, demonetization is basically an act where we remove a currency unit of its status as a legal tender. Means we remove the currency of our country, certain currency notes, from the demonetization process from a legal status, where these notes will become illegal. Now, when 8 November 2016 demonetization has been done, the two notes has been demonetized, and these notes are 500 rupees note and 1000 rupees note. These has been demonetized on 8 November 2016 immediately, but for certain purpose the freedom has been given to people to use these note, and they are paying utility bills only. Now when 8 November 2016 Mr. Prime Minister has declared demonetization, on that time 60% of the circulation money in our country has become invalid after demonetizing note of 500 and 1000. So you can understand that when we have demonetized 500 and 1000 rupees notes, 60% of the circulated money or circulation money which were using that time was become invalid. Now children, we will read about the feature of demonetization. Now the features or the characteristics of demonetization. It is viewed as a tax administration measure. Now when we talk about the demonetization, it was taken as a tax administrative measures. A tax administrative measure basically means which was done for the purpose of handling the measures of the tax. Now there are certain people, those who hold the cash in their hand and they are not declaring their correct income. When the demonetization has been done, these people have to come forward and they have to declare or they have to submit their money on the bank. So here this demonetization, one main feature was also to administrate the tax measures. The second was it has indicated that tax evasion will no longer be tolerated. And the second features of demonetization was to clear out this thought of government toward the people that if they are going to have the tax evasion policy, tax evasion को आप समझ सकते हैं टैक्स की चोरी से, जहाँ पे टैक्स के अमाउंट पे नहीं करना है. So government will not tolerate it. They will take these type of steps or demonetizing the money if the tax evasion will be continued. It lead to channelizing saving into the formal financial system. The third feature of demonetization was the money which was holded by the people in their home with them, that money has been now deposited into the bank, and now the bank has channelized or used this saving money of people for many formal financial system also, or the development purpose also. And next was it aimed to create a less cash or cashless economy, where we have already told government of India has announced to go through with more and more technology. So it was also one of the main objective was demonetizing these notes to go through with a cashless economy. Now the next was impact of demonetization. Now what was the impact of demonetization occurred in our economy? Now as you can see from the first point also, the first point said money and interest rate. What was the impact of demonetization occurred in our money and interest rate? So the three impacts was there which has been done in money and interest rate. The first was it decline in cash transaction. After the demonetization, the cash transaction has been declined. So this was the impact of demonetization on money. Bank deposit increase. Now the people, those who have money of 5 or currency or note of 500 and 1000, they have deposited these currency note into the bank. So the deposit of bank has been increased, and increase in financial saving. So when the people are depositing money inside the banking or inside the bank, the financial saving has been increased. So these three effect was there into money and interest rate from impact of demonetization. Now what was the impact of demonetization on private wealth? So decline, since some high demonetized notes were not returned and real estate prices was fall. Now when we talk about the private wealth, there are some high demonetized note were not returned and real estate prices was fall. The private people and the private sector, those who have the money and those who have gone through with the process of tax evasion, they haven't shown their proper income to the government, so they are now not able to submit or return these notes. So what happened basically after that, the real estate prices has been declined or fall out. The public sector wealth में इसका कोई इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ा था, because this was a policy which has been taken from the government side only. Digital transaction among new user has been increased. Now instead of using the cash, we are already read that in the feature of demonetization we are going through with the process of cashless economy. So instead of using the money in the pocket, we have gone through with the process of digitization, like we are using money, paying bill from rupees, pay app, AFC, NFT. Real estate, the prices of real estate has been declined here after the demonetization process. And tax collection, the rise in income tax collection because of increased disclosure. Now this was the main objective of your demonetization process. Now you can see also the impact of demonetization on the tax collection. The moment the demonetization has been done, the amount of tax collection has been increased. Now because the people, those who are having money in their hands, especially 500 and 1000 rupees, they have to deposit that money into the bank, because otherwise that money will be no useful for them. So when they are depositing their money into the bank, the tax collection amount has been increased because they have to disclose their data to the government now. Now in this chapter we had read about lots of things. There was main one point we have read here, that was the new economic policy or new industrial policy also. Now what was the impact of economic reform on our business? When I am talking about economic reform, we have already read liberalization, privatization or globalization. When we have taken liberalization policy in our country, globalization policy in our country and privatization in our country, what was the impact of this economic reform in our business? इसका हमारे बिजनेस पे क्या और कैसे इम्पैक्ट पड़ा? Now see, the first impact was increasing competition. Now how the competition has been increased? Now when there was no liberalization, privatization, globalization, we have given only on freedom to our country industries only, that whatever they will produce, the consumer will not have much choice. They have to go through with that process only. Now as a result of changes in the rule of industry licensing and entry of foreign firm basically means when we come through with the process of liberalization or globalization, तो आपकी बाहर की इंडस्ट्री भी आपकी कंट्री में आके क्या करने लगी, इन्वेस्ट करने लगी. And just because of this, what happened, the competition has been increased. And when the competition has been increased, it become necessary for even for the Indian firm also to fight with that competition, right? So आपका इकोनॉमिक रिफॉर्म का एलपीजी का इम्पैक्ट क्या हुआ बिजनेस पे, कि कंपटीशन इंक्रीज हो गई. किसके लिए इंक्रीज हो गया कंपटीशन? इवन फॉर आवर कंट्री ओन इंडस्ट्रीज ऑल्सो. नाउ द नेक्स्ट वाज more demanding customer. Now the customer was more demanding here. How the customer is more demanding here? As the customer are now well informed and increased competition in the market has created buyer market. Now in the earlier time, when the people are from outside, just because of some instruction like quota system or license system are not able to come in our country or invest their money in our country, so the producer of our country, whatever they want to produce, they produce and sold it into the market. Because the customer don't have more choice, so they also have to go through with that product only. But now when liberalization has been taken, the privatization, globalization, LPG reform has been taken from economic policy, the consumer is also knowing that there is more competition in the market. A same product has been now produced by many of the enterprises. Now he have a more choice, so consumer become more demanding here, right? And just because of more demanding consumer, now producer has to prepare more well product here. Now third is rapid changing technology environment. Increased competition has made it compulsory for India firm to adopt the latest technology. Before LPG reform, the country was using only its technology, and the people will not have any choice to go out of that. Now after LPG has come and the foreign people have started investing in our country with a new updated technology where the competition in the market has been increased, and just to go through with and just to fight with that competition, now the Indian firm also has to adopt a latest technology, because if they will not adopt a latest technology, they will be not able to remain in the market for a longer period of time. तो LPG ने क्या किया, जो टेक्नोलॉजी थी इन्वायरमेंट की वो रैपिडली चेंज हुई और उससे इंडिया फर्म को भी अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी को चेंज करना पड़ा. एंड द नेक्स्ट इम्पैक्ट ऑफ necessity for change. After economy reform, enterprises have to continuously modify their operation as market force have been turbulent. Now this basically means in a regulated environment of pre-1991, अगर हम pre-1991 की बात करते हैं, the firm could have relatively stable policy and practice. The market forces have been turbulent, as a result of which the enterprises have to continuously modify their operation. Means 1991 से पहले जब आपके पास में LPG reform नहीं था, we have a limited resources, right? So we are using only those resources, and according to those resources only we are going through with the process of production. We don't need to change ourselves more. But when the LPG reform has come with a new technology, right, and with the more and more demand of a consumer also, the consumer was more aware, he was more demanding also aware. Now we have to change our policy. We have to change our policy basically means the earlier time when whatever has been produced from the producer side has been consumed from the consumer. Now we have to be more consumer oriented. Consumer oriented means we have to go through with that what is the demand of the consumer, and according to that only we have to change certain things from our business. The next impact of LPG reform was, new economy reform was, need for developing human resources, as a new market condition required people with higher competence and greater commitment. As I have told you earlier also that more competition will be there, new technology you have to use, with that you required more human resources development process also, where you have to develop your employee how to use these new technologies. Market orientation. With increase in the competition and consumer, firm have shifted to market oriented approach. Market oriented approach basically means the earlier time before 1991, it was only a producer oriented approach. Whatever producer want to whatever producer want to produce, he can do the production according to him. But when the competition has arisen, the foreign countries investor has come in our country, they have given us the competition. So now the producer has to go through with the market orientation process, where he has to search or analyze the market first, that what is the demand of product in the market. Of according to this product demand only he has to produce the product. And next was loss of budgetary support to the public sector. Due to decrease in the role of public sector, government has also reduced the financial support to them. Now earlier time, because most of the sector which are in the process of production was from the public sectors, which are getting complete help from the government side. Now because the role has already reduced, public sector role, after the privatization policy में हमने क्या किया था, the sector of public sector which are not working properly, we have disinvested these sector into the private sector. So the role of public sector has been reduced, so the government has also reduced the financial support to the public sector here. So with this we have finished with all the content of this chapter, and in my Saturday video I will be taking a quick revision of all the concept of this chapter. Thank you.